Welcome. In this video, we'll explore a context-sensitive feature of language named deixis. Whether it's here or there, you or me, this week or next year, deixis governs how we relate language to the real world. And as we'll see, it can be surprisingly complex. So what is deixis? The word deixis comes from Greek, meaning pointing or indicating, and it refers to the way language anchors meaning to context. That context might be spatial, temporal, personal, social, or textual. The adjective form is deictic, so a word like now is a deictic expression. It only makes sense when you know when it was said. As has been pointed out in the past, deixis is the name given to those aspects of language whose interpretation is relative to the occasion of utterance. So if someone says, "I like it here," we can't fully understand the sentence unless we know who is speaking, where, and when. And this brings us to a key concept, the deictic center. Language operates from a center, typically the speaker or writer's perspective. This center determines what here means and what now means, and who I and you refer to. For example, I gave it to him. The center is I, the speaker. I went yesterday. The center is now. I'll sit there. The center is here, and there is interpreted relative to it. But there is a twist. English speakers often shift the deictic center to the hearer. It's polite and cooperative. So, "I'm coming to your place tomorrow" shifts the spatial center to the addressee, even though the speaker is moving away from their own location. In other languages, like Japanese or German, the speaker typically remains the center, and this explains errors like "I'll bring you to the station" instead of "take," or "I'm going to your house now" instead of "coming." Sorry. Understanding the deictic center helps learners get verbs like come, go, bring, take, fetch incorrectly. What are the types of deixis? Well, there are five core types. The first is personal deixis. So personal deixis relates to people. First person, I and me and we. Second person, you. And third person, he, she, they. For example, "I am tired." The reference is anchored to the speaker. "They delayed me." The reference is to somebody else outside the speaker-hearer dynamic. Inclusiveness matters, so we may include or exclude the hearer. You always refers to the addressee or addressees, regardless of number or gender. And gender and number are also relevant. English uses they or them for singular, gender-neutral references. A usage with deep historical roots despite prescriptive resistance. And then there's temporal deixis. This is deixis in time, so it answers the question when. The adverbs now, then, soon, yesterday, next year, prepositional phrases in 3 weeks or before the meeting are included within this category. So tense is crucial here. She sold a house, past. She has sold a house, past event, relevant to now. These tenses locate events in relation to the moment of speaking, the deictic center in time. And when we report speech, we must adjust for shifts in time. "I'm coming tomorrow" becomes "she said she was coming the next day." Learners often confuse absolute tenses like the past and the future with relative ones, present perfect, past perfect, leading to mistakes like I have done it in 1981. The next category is spatial deixis. This relates to where, obviously. It includes adverbs, here, there, away, home, demonstratives, this and these, proximal, and that and those, distal. So, and also prepositional phrases, in the garden, on the shelf, behind the curtain. Crucially, spatial deixis relies on the speaker's physical location unless the center is deliberately shifted. For example, I'm coming home tomorrow means the speaker is not home, but the addressee is. Many languages don't shift the center this way, which explains errors like I'm not there right now instead of I'm not here right now. And don't forget, some languages distinguish 3 degrees of distance. This near me, that near you, that over there, far from both of us. Old English had a form for this, yon, which is still used in Scots. And then there's discourse deixis. This one's more abstract. It refers to stretches of text or conversation. For example, that's interesting, which refers back to something just said. Listen to this refers forward to what the speaker is about to say. This, these can be used anaphorically, backward, and cataphorically, forward. That and those are usually anaphoric only. So compare, this is the reason I'm exhausted. Those are my reasons. I'm tired and overworked. That doesn't seem to work. This is an important feature in academic writing too. So this shows a clear pattern, which refers to a previous sentence or argument. And then finally, there's social deixis. This is not always mentioned, but it's incredibly important. So social deixis encodes relationships between the speaker and the listener. Relative social deixis, seen in the tu, vous distinctions, pronoun distinctions in French. English lost this feature centuries ago. And absolute social deixis, titles like Sir, Doctor, Your Honor, etc. Even these titles are context sensitive, so Your Honor is fine in court, but not at the family dinner table. And an empathetic deixis is a subset of this, where this and these can express solidarity. This is a tricky situation, so there's a shared understanding versus that's your problem, distancing and blame. So what about deixis and reported speech? Well, reported speech is deixis in motion. It shifts the center across time, space, and person. For example, in the direct speech, you might hear, I'll do it now. And in reported speech, you might say, she said she'd do it then. We adjust time, now to then. We've adjusted place, here to there. And we've adjusted the person, I to she, and you to me. So the correct use of reported speech depends on understanding deixis. So deixis underpins everything from simple conversation to complex narrative. It's the glue that connects language to the moment of communication. And understanding it is essential for learners to avoid confusing come and go, this and that, or you and we, for teachers to explain those seemingly illogical choices, and for writers and speakers to manage voice, viewpoint, and cohesion. In English, the ability to shift the deictic center to imagine ourselves in the listener's shoes is not just a grammar point, it's a social skill and a sign of empathy. Thank you.